The 20th through the 24th, she was beaten and tortured because they could not find this piece of jewelry.
Some jewelry, right? A 16-year-old girl.
Sometime there, she was then killed. Mr. Gress placed her body in his car along with his domestic partner, Michelle Brandis, and they drove her to Largo. In Largo, the detectives found evidence that Miranda was dismembered at that location. They then placed her in a car and they drove her down to Ruskin where they dumped her into a dumpster, and her body is somewhere possibly in a landfill.
I have to say, this is the worst case scenario. As a father of a 16-year-old child, and daughter, and a 14-year-old daughter, this case of this 16-year-old mother being dismembered and killed by a really pedophilic and negative man, and being assisted by this woman who's wanted, is just a heartbreaking tale of just how dating apps go wrong, and just how children are so vulnerable in this world. So this is a heartbreaking story.
Detective, we believe that 16-year-old Miranda Corsetti was contacted by 35-year-old Stephen Gress on a social media app. And I'm going to stop there for one moment.
I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old daughter.
Out there, please, I'm begging you, please, make sure you know what your kids are doing on social media.
Yes.
And to the kids also, if someone is contacting you and are not a family member, please let your parents know. So again, we're talking about a 16-year-old that was contacted by a 35-year-old. On February the 14th, we know that Mr. Gress went to Miranda's home, picked her up, took her to his house, which is located at 2708 27th Avenue North. He took her to the house. She spent the day there. We know he took her back on the 24th. On the 15th of February, we know she went back to the house on her own. Now, on the 20th at the house, there was some type of dispute over some missing jewelry. So from the 20th through the 24th, she was beaten and tortured because they could not find this piece of jewelry.
Some jewelry, right? A 16-year-old girl.
Sometime there, she was then killed. Mr. Gress placed her body in his car along with his domestic partner, Michelle Brandis, and they drove her to Largo. In Largo, the detectives found evidence that Miranda was dismembered at that location. They then placed her in a car and they drove her down to Ruskin where they dumped her into a dumpster, and her body is somewhere possibly in a landfill somewhere in that county.
16-year-old girl, y'all.
Yesterday we
That's a
realized
child.
that Mr.
That's a
Gress
child.
was already in custody for pointing a harpoon at his domestic partner and possession of drugs. He is still in county jail as we speak today.
When the lady that's with him,
We are
like,
now looking for Michelle Brandis. The picture's to my left and to your right. Michelle, if you're out there, we're trying to tell you to turn yourself in because we will find you sooner or later. If anybody out there is trying to help Michelle, if we can, we will charge you with the charges.
if y'all know this lady, man, this lady helped a terrible man do something to a little girl, man. Find this lady, period. Find that lady.
Again, there's an active investigation.
Woman to woman, she should help that girl.
I
Come
want
on.
to thank the following agencies for helping us out. Gulfport, Largo, and Pinellas County.
This is interesting. Like, I mean, this little girl, she's being, she's trying to seek attention on dating apps, and she comes together with a man really in this hookup culture. I would say, ladies, it's important that everybody you see on a dating app ain't the person that you're going to see in person. And love bombing on the first day is not necessarily what you're going to get on the second day.
So, with that, open up for any questions.
That's sad. That is so sad. Okay, let's see the chief give a synopsis of what transpired.
I'm Mary Fair, and I'm currently the acting chief of police for Gulfport. We are very familiar with Miranda. We know that she is a frequent runaway.
The girl.
And she has a history of mental health issues as well as drug abuse. The grandmother is her primary caregiver.
Men taking advantage of little girls with mental health
issues.
She said
that she normally comes home, so she doesn't report her missing every time she leaves. She just didn't come back in a timely manner this time.
Was it her grandmother that reported her missing then?
It was.
And any affiliation with local schools or anything that she was absent for some days?
No, Miranda is actually homeschooled.
So she homeschooled. So, and a kid with homeschooling don't have the best discernment, right? That's one, I try, I'm a proponent of homeschool, but a kid that's homeschooled won't know how to tell people well.
We do want to talk to her because, again, she was present when they moved Miranda around. And we want to talk to her. And again, either she can come in and talk to us or we will find her. So again, like you're saying, Michelle, if you're listening, or your friends, find your way to the police department and to her friends that think they're helping her. If we can make charges, we will make charges.
Woman to woman. Like, this guy's beating and torturing this girl over some jewelry. I don't know if she was involved.
We have witnesses that said that they saw her along with the defendant with the body being placed in the car.
They did this. Witnesses saw them.
That is Michelle's mother's home.
We know that her body may be in a landfill. Are you guys going to find her body?
We're going to do everything possible to bring Miranda home. Again, we know the body was placed into a dumpster, but we got to try to figure out which landfill did that dumpster go to.
Probably narcotics. Come on.
So the social media page they were on is a dating app. So we're assuming that they must have met on a date. She went there on the 14th. And then again, like I said, she came back around on
Love bomb, right?
We plan to file any additional charges against either of them related to sexual contact with a minor.
We're going to put every possible charge on everyone that was involved in this. And that's why, again, the defendant's already in jail on another charge. And again, I would reiterate to Michelle, come in.
This lady is just, come on, man. It's woman to woman. I'm not a woman, but I can't imagine another woman helping a man. Like, why would you put it all like, how could you love a person that much to do something so self-contradictory?